Good afternoon. I'm going to be running through the coding lessons on Minecraft. So I just want to make sure like everyone's all good and stuff. So I'm going to be running through these. So just follow along at your own pace if you want. Where you're going to find these coding lessons is here at this main menu. We've got play, so click on play. It's going to be in a library, click on view library. And we are going to be going over lessons first. And these are just going to get us familiar with working with this stuff. So I'm going to click on computer science because that's what we're working on. And it's going to be block-based coding. All right, and we got a lot here. There's a lot of lessons here. There's a lot of stuff to learn. And I'm like, my head is reeling trying to figure out some of this stuff. I'm going to start just real basic. At the beginning is just movement. So if you're having a hard time with movement, let's play this lesson 1 for basics. Okay, and I'm going to create that world, and let's see what happens here. I'll make sure. Okay. Okay. So in the beginning here, we're just kind of figuring out movements, okay? So the first thing we have to do is point your cursor at the golden blocks. That does not mean put your finger on the golden blocks. That doesn't work for some reason. What it means is you want that golden block to be right in the middle of your view screen. And you're going to know you hit it when the golden block starts kind of sparking or giving you like fireworks like that. Okay, so you just want the golden block in the middle of your view screen. That one took me a little bit to figure out. Okay. Now it's just going to have you move around. You move around by moving your cursor around. And we've got these arrows over here, so you can work with those. If you want, you can attach a Bluetooth mouse and keyboard to your iPad if you're into that. Okay, you can go up ladders. We've got auto jump on the iPad, so if you don't feel like pressing a button to jump, you just go across something that is one like block high and you're just right. You just jump automatically. Okay, I'm going to open those doors just by tapping on them, and I'm going to continue following this. And oh, what's this? That looks like a button. So I press that button just by tapping on the button. Okay, ooh, this looks like a lab. You made it to the lab. Go over and talk to Dr. Barwin by right-clicking on him. He'll take it from here. You're on an iPad. There is no right-clicking. Just tap on his face. And then it'll say talk, and press talk. So he tells you about your agent. Your agent is a little creature you're going to be coding. It's like a robot. And you can start coding by pressing C on your keyboard. We don't have keyboards. You're going to start coding by pressing up here on the top. There's a little robot button right next to the pause button. You click on that robot button, and this is going to give you your code builder. And what we are going to do is we are going to be coding our agents. So that's our little agent. We get to be playing around with him for a little bit. Let's go to our next room. And here's our next room. Okay. So here we got a little dude. He needs to move forward until he steps on this little yellow switch. So if we look, that is 1, 2, 3 steps. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my code. And all of the codes that we're going to do are based on a chat command. Okay, so select an on chat command and rename it from run to 1. So here we go. We have right there on chat command, and it's telling us to change that to 1. Select agent move forward, and we drag that inside of that blue box there. Okay, and we want him to move forward 3 steps. So agent move forward by, and if you click on that 1, you can highlight it and just add 3 instead. To compile our code, we have to press the play button. So press the play button. So our code is set. Now we have to tell the program to start running the code. So we go here to our chat, which is right next to your pause button. And the command that we had for that was 1. Remember, we changed that to 1. And there we go. We got our little dude moving right there. So now we need to move him 3 spaces to the left. So now we change that again. On chat command, I'm going to name this chat command 2. We're going to move our agent left. So we can change that to left, and still going to be moving by 3. And again, compile that code. Type in 2, because that was the chat command I dictated, and there we go. Now we got to move forward by 3 again. We already have that done. Remember, that's 1. So I'm going to press 1. And there we go. Yay, and he's on the switch. And sometimes this happens, where it's all like, I don't feel like telling you that you did a good job. So it's kind of like bugging out. I'm not sure what's going on. It's like, what, I'm standing here. What do you want from me? So I'm not sure what's up with that. I'm going to reset a activity. And now I'm going to try doing that one more time. What's wrong? So this happens a bunch. It's kind of buggy. Maybe it wants me to do it again. Maybe it didn't like me reusing a code. So I'm going to, on chat command 3, I'm going to have my agent move forward by 3, and maybe that's going to be the difference. Maybe it just wants me to do a different code. And that is exactly what happened. It just wanted me to do a different code. Now I am moving 1, 2, 3, 4 steps to the right. So I'm going to go, and we are going to tell our little guy a new chat command. This one's going to be 4. Move my agent to the right by 4 steps. Compile by pressing play, and then yay! So that was weird. It just wanted me to make a brand new code here. What's this? We have to step forward? What? Okay. So looking at this, it looks like we need to step forward by 1, move up by 1, and step forward by 1, 2, and 3. So there's going to be multiple steps here. So let's go to our code builder. I'm going to want my guy on chat command. Yeah, run is fine. We are going to move forward by 1. We are going to move up by 1 because we got to make it above that block. And then we're going to have to move forward now by 3. And let's see where that gets us. See? So that up command brought us up those blocks and over. Okay? Now we have to go down. Okay? So we're going to move forward by 1. Because if we try going down right now, it's going to be like, yo, there's a block under me. I can't go down. So we got to move forward by 1, and then we can go down. So it looks like we have to move forward by 1, down by 1, and then forward by 3. So I'm going to make a new chat command here. I'm going to call it 2. We're going to move forward by 1. Change that. We're going to move down by 1. And then change that again. We're going to move forward by 3. And let's see what happens here. I called that 2, I think. Oh, gosh. Well, that'll work now. Yo, what's up? Uh-oh. Doesn't like what I did. What's wrong, little guy? So it is not happy with me. Can't say I know why. So I'm going to reset that activity a bunch. So we got to move forward by 1, down by 1, and then forward by 3. Let's make another one because it doesn't like me, I guess. I'm going to name that 3. Compile. Now let's see if that changes anything. Yay, that worked. Okay, so my problem last time, the reason why it didn't work at first, is because I was facing the wrong direction. I told it to go forward, but if you look at my guy right now, moving forward is not going to get him anywhere. So what we need to do, we need to turn him. So I'm going to make a new code here. And we have to turn him, and he has to turn to the right. So I'm going to have him turn to the right. So that's going to rotate him so he's facing the correct direction. And then he's going to move forward by 3. So I'm going to make a new chat command here. Let's call that 4. I'm going to turn him to the right, and then we're going to move forward by 3. And let's see what happens here. Hey, there we go. So that turned him, and then he walked forward. And it's still not pressing the button. Ooh, there we go. Ooh. So what we got to do here. First off, he's facing the wrong direction, so we're going to have to turn him. Then he's going to move forward by 1, and then up by 1, then forward by 1, up by 1, forward by 1, up by 1, forward by 1. Okay? And then forward by another, and then down by 3, and then forward by 1. So there's a lot going on here. It might be a good idea to like step back and get a view of it. So the good thing about this, so I'm going to make a new chat command. Let's call this 5. Okay, and we're going to move forward by 1, and then remember we have to move up by 1. Okay? And then if you just press out of it, you can look at it again. Okay, and it still saves your progress. So we go forward by 1 and we go up by 1. So right now we're standing right about here. So we got to go forward by 1, up by 1 again, and then forward by 1, up by 1 again. So we have to repeat the forward by 1, up by 1 2 more times. So if I hold on to this, is this going to let me copy? No, it does not. So I have to do that again. Okay, so forward by 1, up by 1. Forward by 1, up by 1. Forward by 1, up by 1. Okay, so we go forward by 1, up by 1. Forward by 1, up by 1. Forward by 1, up by 1. Now we have to go forward by 1, forward by 2, and then down by 1, 2, 3. Okay, our little robot guy, he's got like rocket boosters in him, so he's not going to fall automatically. We need to tell him to go down. So we're going to go forward by 2, and that's going to get us into that little floaty space. And then we have to move him down by 3, and that'll get him back on the ground. So now he's going to be right here. So we're here, we go forward by 1, forward by 2, and then down by 1, down by 2, down by 3. Our switch is right there, so we still have to go forward by 1 more. So I'm going to move that, and we're going to go forward by 1. I'm going to press play to compile. The text I used for that one was 5. I forgot to turn again. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, when I reset, it automatically turns him. And there we go. He's standing on the thing, but it's not going to be happy with it. It's not going to be happy. I find that when it's not happy, just changing the chat command is generally enough to fix it. So I'm going to change chat command to 6, compile, type in 6, and let's see what happens. There we go. And our activity is complete. It is 1:42. Ooh, this one. I'm going to have you do this one on your own. Just worry about getting him to the end. Don't worry about getting to the end yourself because doing this on the iPad is nearly impossible. This took me like 20 minutes to do. So just worry about programming your little agent so that he can get all the way to the end. It won't tell you your activity is completed because you don't get to the end in time. You can try doing it, but don't worry so much about it. Just try your best to get your agent, to get your little robot there in a timely manner. All right, so that is coding lesson 1. If you have any questions, please let me know. I think this stuff is so fun. I'm having so much fun with this. Have a great, great day. I'm going to see you at Coding Club. So, bye.